Hey everyone, it's Friday, and well, the weather is nice for a change, and it's making all sorts of new things happen. And I have a presentation to attend regarding career guidance and counseling, and so on and so forth. But quick update apparently, something really nice happened. I submitted an assignment on stabilization clauses because stabilization clauses are so bloody fascinating. And my lecturer apparently agreed with it. And he's like, your opinion is actually very much on mark, which was amazing because that's the first time I've been told my arguments are actually making sense. Yay, debating. But irrespective of that, basically, I know this vlog is like reserved for what's happening at uni and what I'm doing at RGU and how Aberdeen is basically going on. Tangential to that, I think I wanted to talk about education for a bit. And I've been noticing that on social media, you are seeing a lot of news coverage regarding a certain organization's ranking of private universities or public universities in Pakistan, although I think it's just private. But that's, I'm not too sure. You can correct me on that. Let me know in the comments below. But I wanted to talk about that, and I shall do so in the form of an emotionally entrenching video that surrounds itself with nice music and good, apparently, visuals. And here we go. Alright, to start off, what is education? It seems like a simple enough answer, but just like everything else in this universe, what it means changes not only from culture to culture, but from school to school. Ever notice those, shiny mission statements posted across walls, plaques, websites? Yeah, pretty much. You could use that as an analogous example to this. Analogous example? Yeah, let's stick with that. John Dewey, he's an author I've been reading up recently. In his book, it was published back in the 1940s, Democracy in Education. He describes education as the process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, beliefs, and habits. Now, here's the thing. I find this quite systematic, the notion that education is purposed solely and only for cultural output, but that's a story for another day. And getting off track, back to those rankings. It's not so much the rankings that bother me per se. It's the commentary that essentially surrounded it. And I know social media is not the most adequate representation of what society truly believes, but it irks and disturbs both at the same time as to how we have viewed such a simple thing with such either distaste or simple outrage. Because at the end we saw a university, a private sector university, that many people view as downtrodden or, for to put it very bluntly, for those who didn't make it academically. Which is very false actually, because then we are assisting and going towards the notion that a grade or a examination, a once a year thing, especially in Pakistan, determines your level of intellectual capability, which is completely false. A student can have a bad day, a student can have whatever the case may be, and he may actually be the most brilliant person in the planet, yet may not be able to show it on paper. And yes, I know there will be people who accuse me of bias in this particular matter, but I've just come to realize that rather than encouraging these places, we seem to be moving backwards even further. As it is in our country, we lack institutions giving out educational processes or educational incentive to kids to come and study. And those who do get some form of education, whether be it locally or they find the funds to go abroad, they are better for it. And rather than criticizing where people go, because at the end they're doing the same thing, they're trying to achieve the same goals, that is to create productive members of society. And we should be encouraging that irrespective of where they get that education from. We shouldn't fall trapped to those old social values that you need to be from this to make it. That doesn't matter. You are your own people, you are your own person. How you define yourself is entirely up to you. That an institution cannot do for you. And I guess I'll leave it at that, because we need to move away from classifying individuals and understanding that everyone has a story to tell. Everyone will provide in some way towards the world we live in. It shouldn't matter from where or how you achieved your capability to think, to reason, and to understand. But what should matter is the actions you take after getting that capability. We should look at people for what they do to make the world a better place, and understand completely that everyone has a story to tell, and they're interesting stories irrespective of where and how or when. But that's just my 2 cents on the matter. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching. I shall see you all next week. Bye.